Shout out to Germany, that powerhouse of a country which has without a doubt left its mark on the world like no other. Shout out to all of you from Berlin to Hamburg, from Munich to Frankfurt, from Cologne to Stuttgart, from Leipzig to Dusseldorf, from Nuremberg to Dresden, from Bonn to Heidelberg, Bremen to Freudenbrisgau, from Hanover to Trier, from Lübeck to Augsburg, Aachen to Mainz, from mighty Potsdam to Essen, Wiesbaden to Wuppertal, Weimar to Regensburg, Erfurt, Kassel, Rostock, Duisburg, Jena, Erlangen. Have you had enough places? From the mountains to the valleys, the rivers, the beaches. Well, maybe they don't have any beaches, but if they did, who the fuck would want to go there? Go to California, it's nicer. Well, as far as beaches go. But have you ever been to Osnabrück? No, you haven't! Why not? You should! From the tiny little shop that sells the Wiener Schnitzel sausage things, to the men prancing around proudly in their lederhosen, to the mighty cities that are there, that you could zoom be in between on the Autobahn. Shout out to Germany! And especially shout out to Obst Klink Stalag 13 from the RKL clan. Shout out to you guys too. He is from Germany, and he has sent me this replay, and he is no dummy. And that's why he's not playing a German tank. In this game, he's playing a Swedish TD. Because that's how the Germans do it. They know what's going on. You guys, there's people, you guys are from everywhere. All you guys listening, the subscribers on this channel, the community that we have built. I can't believe it. Every now and then I gotta just sit back and scratch my head and just thank all of you guys, because you are the best. Like, from everywhere in the world. And old Ops Klink style, like what the kind of a name is that? I'm just gonna call you Klink. Has sent me this replay, and he says, I'm from Germany, and he's proud, like all Germans are proud. And now we're going to do to Germany with love today, guys. I've never been to Germany, and I want to go. I want to go everywhere, basically. But there's so many great things about Germany that are just incredible. And I do the research, I actually look this stuff up because I've got all of you guys that have subscribed from all over the world. So I figure, well, I should probably learn a little bit about your country. You have to listen to my bullshit all the time. I should learn a little bit about your place and what you guys are like. And I try and read and get up to speed. And Germany has this history that it has affected and shaped the world like almost no other country. Basically. But, let's list some of the great things about Germany that I've found. Did you know that in 2014, Berlin was named by a panel of European experts. Berlin was named the most fun city in the world, edging out London and Paris. Did you know that? It's apparently it's a fun place. Of course, none of those guys had ever been to Las Vegas. So it didn't make the list. Or none of them have actually been to Canada lately since pot got legalized. It's I think, a lot more fun here. But in 2014, Berlin was named the most fun place in the world. Hopefully it's still fun. I'm not sure. But how could it not be fun when it's full of Germans? And Germans are some of the most fun people in the world. They've got a saying for everything. Apparently, if you go to Germany, they have, those little phrases and sayings that they just rattle off. They've got one. Let's see if I can pronounce it here. Backpfeifengischt, which translates into a face badly in need of a fist. You know, like you could be at a bar in Germany and see a nice gal there and start talking to her, and she could look at you and say, "Back Pfeifengischt." You know, like, come on, how fun is that? Or someone could say to you, "Wer schlimm bessern," "Wer schlimm bessern," which means to make something worse while trying to improve it. You could be observed doing something there, and they just come up to you and say, "Wer schlimm bessern." You know, you idiot. What's wrong with you? Or the saying they had usually when they noticed other countries, especially the United States, embarking on different policies, they say "Schnapsidi," "Schnapsidi," which translates into a brilliant plan one hatches while drunk. They're so funny. And the other great thing about the Germans, and this is amazing, Germans like to be naked. It's true. It's true. I'm not making it up. I researched this from 5 or 6 sources. Germans are the most likely people to sunbathe in the nude. And in fact, 1 in 3 Germans has sunbathed in the nude at one point in their adult life. And this is like including a 472-pound Fräulein Deirdrich from Dusseldorf, who proudly sunbathes. You know, that white skin out there. For all to see, and they love it. In Germany, it's like the thing to do. And you can drive as fast as you want on their highways, the Autobahns. And all the Germans, they have the German cars, the best engineered cars in the world. So they can go, as fast as they fucking want. There's no Pintos on the Autobahns. And you can drive as fast as you like. If you're on the beach there with Fräulein Deirdrich and you want to go somewhere else, you can go as fast as you want, right? They have an excuse to drink all year round. They're constantly drinking and getting drunk almost all the time. And in fact, they have a month, October, which they celebrate Oktoberfest, in which they can get drunk even more often than they usually do. That's the excuse for, there's like a special drinking month that a lot of other countries have adopted. I know that in Canada, in October, we do the, hey, October, with the Wiener Schnitzel and all that, and we drink. And it's great. Germany has the narrowest street in the world. There's a street there, 17 inches wide, which Fräulein Deirdrich has never walked down. And you got to squeeze your way through. You can't drive. You can't even wear your backpack. You could get mugged, I guess, at night. It's kind of a sketchy place, but it's the narrowest in the world. There's narrower places, but they're not technically streets. That's the catch. Germany has renowned around the world. They have 300 plus types of bread which they enjoy, and every German knows almost all 300 different kinds. Like in Canada, we have do you want white bread or whole wheat? In Germany, there's 300 different kinds, and they know them all. Unfortunately, they kind of ruin the bread. They eat it with those sausage, oily, sausage stuff. Probably better off eating the bread on its own. The bread is great, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds, different loaves and shapes, and some of it rises higher than others. The bread is, bar none, some of the best bread. The men wear something called lederhosen, which you can only wear that if you're a tough son of a bitch. I tell you that much. Like, you wouldn't find anyone in the U.S. wearing lederhosen, but the Germans, they'll do it. Like all of them. And there's so many famous Germans, if you actually think about it, that have shaped the world. It's incredible. I could list 100 of them, and you'd know all of them. But let's just take the top ones here. Obviously, Albert Einstein. Albert, the theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. All of that shit. Albert was the guy. He was certain. And Steffi Graf is German. Do you know Steffi Graf? Heidi Klum is German. But I like Steffi Graf better because she's an athlete. She's that tennis player, and I think, didn't she marry Andre Agassi, the badass American guy? Like, what a couple, eh? But did you know Karl Marx was German? Did you know that? You probably didn't know that. You know who else is German? Who I love his work. Ludwig von Beethoven was German, who just when I hear Ludwig von, I get goosebumps on my neck. And to think, my favorite piece, the Ninth Symphony, of course, to think when he wrote that, when Ludwig von Beethoven wrote the Ninth Symphony, he had lost his hearing. But he was so one with the music. Music was oozed out of him, and in every fiber of his being, he understood music and sound, that he was able to write that masterpiece and never be able to hear it himself. Think about that. Only a German could do that, because they're meticulous and they just know. If you go to Germany, apparently, German people are direct, blunt, but they're not rude. Some North Americans and other cultures mistake that for rude. You could be in Germany and the light's red and they're all waiting, and you're from Buffalo, and hey, we're come to Germany, right? And you don't want to wait at the light, so you cross the light when it's red, which in Buffalo you probably, who gives a flying fuck because you're from Buffalo. But in Germany, you'll do that, and there'll be people standing there, and they'll look at you, and they'll say, "Was is this? What is the problem? You must wait till the light is turn green. What are you, stupid? Get back here and wait. You could get hit by the car." They'll just tell you that. And they're not being rude. They just, you fucking moron, what are you doing? This is we know how it works, and so we're going to tell you, because we're German, and that's what we do. And it's not rude, it's just, to me, that would be refreshing. You're out doing something and you're doing it wrong because you don't know. You're trying to lift the thing, and a German guy will look at you and say, "What the fuck are you doing?" So you must hold it like this, and then you have to put the wedge this underneath, and you will pump it up, and it will go up. But you see, what's wrong with you? Do it this way, and then you do it that way, and it fucking works, because that's how the Germans do it. They don't take bullshit. They don't, the politically correct, let's try and please everyone and try and make sure that we'll do a poll and see how, the Germans, this is the problem. Let's think about it. This is the solution. Yeah, well, this is how we will do it because this is how it will work. Just like our hero here, that we're Mr. Klink, who is from Germany, but is smart enough to know, why the hell should I drive a German vehicle in this game? They're all not very good. I'm going to drive this one instead. And he's having fun doing it. And you know what, guys? I know my statistics. Most of my subscribers are from the United States, Canada, Great Britain, and fourth is Germany. There's so many people from Germany that are subscribed, and I just want to say shout out to you guys, and I want to come and visit your great country one of these days. This is what I want to do. I want to come there, and I want to see that little piece of the Berlin Wall that's still there. The wall came down, and East and West Berlin is united now. I can't believe that was so. It wasn't that long ago, and there's still that little piece of wall to remember history. I want to go see that, and then I just want to go to a pub and sit around and have some beer with some regular German schmoes and talk about stuff like your great soccer team, with the players that actually play instead of pretending that they got hurt lying on the ground holding their legs like most of the other fruitcakes, not the Germans. And suck back a few beers and have some Wiener Schnitzel, and maybe I'll even try on some Lederhosens or whatever the hell. And Klaus Kellerman's coming to Germany one of these days, and I just want to say shout out to all of you guys from Germany. And I promise to behave when I come and visit, and hopefully I didn't leave out a lot of the good stuff. I tried to cover everything I know about Germany, but I must have left out some things that, there's probably other things in there that are good that maybe I didn't mention. But I don't know everything, What do you want from me? I do the best I can.